Medical Center, your community hospital with a rich heritage that dates back to before New Mexico was a state. We've been improving the health of the Four Corners since 1910. As a nonprofit hospital, San Juan Regional Medical Center is a values-driven organization. We strive to deliver on our mission to personalize health care and create vitality and enthusiasm in healing. We are here for you when you need us, offering a comprehensive range of inpatient, outpatient, and emergency care services. Minutes past 8 o'clock. It is Tuesday morning, May 14th. Good morning, everyone. I'm Scott Michlin, and thanks for joining us here at KSJE 90.9 FM, the information and cultural beacon of the Four Corners, broadcasting to you from the campus of San Juan College. Special good morning to our viewers who are also joining us this morning on the KSJE Facebook page and YouTube channel. Welcome aboard, everybody. Coming up in just a moment, my guest on the program, I'm talking about community with Jamie Church, and that's going to start in just a few moments here on KSJE from the Farmington Chamber, so stay tuned for that, everyone. Later on this hour, we will check in with Amber Francisco over at the Farmington Regional Animal Shelter and talk about some of the pets available for adoption this week, so stay tuned for that. Next hour, Mick Hess will be along, roving with the arts, and today Mick is talking to some local musicians, part of a new interview series Mick is doing on the program called Making Money, Making Music, and you'll hear more about that coming up today after the news at 9 o'clock right here on KSJE. And don't forget, our 0 Mile Fun Run is happening this Saturday, May 18th, beginning at 10 o'clock right here at San Juan College. You can register right now for $15. It's $20 the day of the race, and I say that in air quotes, everyone. But the 0 Mile Fun Run will start at 10:30, and it will end at 10:31 because it's 0 miles. And by sitting there listening to the radio right now, you are in training for the 0 Mile Fun Run. So we hope you'll join us on Saturday, May 18th, right here at KSJE and San Juan College. Connect with us on all forms of social media, of course. We're on Facebook. You can subscribe to our brand new YouTube channel. You can certainly follow us on Twitter and check out our new Instagram page as well at KSJE. And if you're looking for something to do over the next couple of days or the next month or so, we invite you to check out our regional events calendar at ksje.com. There's a ton of events. If you click on all events for May, you will see a ton of events, and these are just for the next couple of days, everyone. But the Focus on Farmington Coffee event is happening tomorrow at the Connolly Hospitality House. Jazz Jam on Wednesday evenings in downtown Farmington. The Keep Calm and Barbecue On happening at the Bridge Assisted Living Center on May the 16th of this week. The Flamenco exhibit on display still at the Farmington Museum. We invite you to check that out as well. There's the 0 Mile Fun Run coming up on Saturday, May 18th. The Mother-Daughter Tea Party at the Sycamore Park Community Center. Dance in the Rockies Spring Recital up at Fort Lewis College. The Spring Fling Dance at the Elks Lodge. The Brown Springs Recreation Area Grand Opening happening this week as well, and many, many more. There's just a ton of things that we've compiled for you on our regional events calendar from not just San Juan County, but throughout the region. Check it out at ksje.com. Well, let me turn to my guest who is here with me this morning to talk about community. Jamie Church is here from the Farmington Chamber. Good morning.
Good morning.
Thank you for being here.
Well, thanks for having me.
And we have to talk about the shiny brand new logo that you brought with you this morning.
It's exciting.
That was just unveiled last week, as a matter of fact,
right?
Right?
Big ribbon cutting and big unveiling. So very exciting.
That's right.
Change is good sometimes.
And I think KSJE played a bit in your inspiration to change the logo, did it not?
Exactly. Well, I was sitting here waiting to go on the air, I think last month, and just sitting and up behind you, you have things playing on the board, and the logo was up, and I just was looking at it and thinking, what really is everything on that logo? And it was a lot.
The old logo that had a lot of different stuff on it.
It did. It had a lot
Mm-hmm.
of different things on it, and it has served its purpose for many, many years, and of course represented the chamber and everything. So, but I was sitting here really looking at it and thinking, it didn't really say what we do, and it made me think about nowadays logos are a lot more simpler, and they make that statement, and less is more.
Right. Right.
And so
I've been told.
Yes, less is more. And
But
so I so I went back to the office, and Jonathan, who works with me, Jonathan Bacon, who has quite a background in graphic design, and that's what he really likes to do.
Right.
So I went in, I said, you know what, it's time. We need to start working on the logo and changing the logo. And so I sat with Jonathan, and I went through kind of what my vision was and what I wanted and how I wanted it simpler and how I really wanted to bring in this tagline of connecting commerce to community. That's what we do. And so Jonathan took my ideas and went with it. And then, of course, our board of directors, they're just great. They're so supportive. And we presented it to the board and, of course, got some feedback and then went back and did some revisions and on. And then we came up with what you have there now, which is our Farmington Chamber with our 3 rivers.
Right.
Of course, the Zia symbol, and then the connecting commerce to community. And I'm just really, really happy with it. And I don't know, in 50 years, somebody else will probably come along and say, hey, it's time to change.
Right.
More is better. We need, I don't know.
Put some stuff on it.
Put some stuff on it.
That's
but
right.
For now, I think it's great, and it does represent what we do. So very fun project.
Well, and that tagline, connecting commerce to community, is another thing that you brought to the chamber,
right?
And kind of something that you're, I think, putting behind all the things that you're now doing, right?
Everything is about that.
Yeah.
And in this day and age, there are many young professionals that really don't know what the chamber is. I mean, they've heard Chamber of Commerce, we all have, but what really is the Chamber of Commerce? What does it mean for today? What does it mean for today's business people, for today's young professionals,
sure.
for the community?
If I'm a work-at-home person, or I'm a location-neutral person working from home on my laptop, what can the chamber do for me?
Right, exactly.
As opposed
you're exactly right. There are the options for working people today and being able to work remotely and from home and from anywhere in the world, that's changed. And so we have to change with it as the Chamber of Commerce. And we need to, in 3 words, be able to say, what is it we do? How does this matter to you? And why do you want to be involved? So that's how connecting commerce to community. And I was driving around.
But it's okay.
Well, no, the 2 doesn't count.
I understand.
I almost thought about
Thanks, Scott.
Thanks for
Captain
pointing that
Obvious.
out.
Yeah, right.
Grammar police over here. But I mean, and of course, I was trying to think of something that had 3 C's, and they always say if you can keep your tag, anything to like 3 words or whatever.
Sure.
So that I was driving around and came.
It's alliterative.
Yes.
And you have that.
Bursting into Jonathan's office. I was like, I have it. I have the tagline. I love it. Let's go. This is what we're going to do. So.
And here it is.
And here it is.
That's right. And you had a big kickoff last week, and there were little ribbon cutting at the chamber, and you had cookies with the logo on it. As someone who puts his face on cookies, I was very impressed with your logo cookies.
The cookies were amazing, and I've got to give a shout out to Tara down at the bake shop, which is located in Artifacts.
That's right.
She worked on those cookies because I sent her the logo and I said, I really want these for the ribbon cutting. And she worked on them and came up with a way to do it. And they actually made a stencil of the logo, and then they put those on all the cookies, logo on the cookies, and they turned out so amazing.
Yeah.
They were great. I'm really glad.
They were delicious.
They turned out so well. So very fun.
So that's the new logo, everybody. When you see it, you will think Farmington Chamber.
That's right. And connecting commerce to community. And then, because that's what it is, we live in a wonderful community that has a lot going on. And we have some wonderful businesses and business people and business owners and philanthropists. We all know many of our businesses here give so much. They give their money. They volunteer. They support not just the community, but the nonprofits. And so that's just something we want to celebrate and recognize, that small business and what they do for community, and then vice versa. It's very important.
Very true. Very true. Speaking of events, you've got a lot of events coming up, and one of them is tomorrow.
It's Focus on Farmington Coffee.
That's right.
Very exciting.
We want to invite everyone. It is a free event. They happen monthly.
Except it's not May 2nd, but I don't know why it says May 2nd, because it's May...
Oh, that was when it was posted, I bet, on Facebook.
Okay.
But it does say tomorrow at 8 a.m.
That's good.
And that's accurate.
Ignore the May 2nd.
That's when it was posted on Facebook.
Oh, that's when it was posted, because it's also not at 4:19.
When I stole it off of Facebook.
Sorry. I was looking at that. All right, yes, it's tomorrow.
Tomorrow, 8 a.m. at the Connolly Hospitality House.
Yes, so the Connolly Hospitality House is part of the San Juan Regional, the Medical Foundation, or the San Juan Medical Foundation.
Right.
So they're hosting it, and looks like we're going to have beautiful weather, and I know they wanted to have it on their patio, so it should be perfect for that tomorrow morning. So the Connolly House is, if people don't know, on Lake Street, sort of
Just
behind the hospital, and then jog around. And so
kind of across Pinion, I would say, south of Pinion on Lake.
And we did put the address somewhere in the post too. So if you need to know where it is. But that's tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. And again, these happen every month, and we move them around in different locations. And
sometimes
we jump
the second
around.
Wednesday, sometimes the third Wednesday, but they
depends
kind
on
of
what's
bounce
going on.
around. But
Right. Sometimes there's holidays, or sometimes I have stuff that it's
Yeah.
just not going to work on one Wednesday. It'll work better on another Wednesday.
Sure.
But we keep them either on the second or third Wednesday.
Right.
So
and you can like the Chamber of Commerce page
Yes.
or the Focus on Farmington Coffee
Yes,
page
either
to
one.
find out where they're going to be every month. And it's like I said, it's a free event. Everybody can come for coffee. There's usually some donuts or some other kind of sweet something morning.
Some little snack,
Yeah.
some little
Food.
morning snack, yogurt,
Right. And-
coffee, I don't know.
And great people and great networking
Yes,
opportunities
yes.
is another part of this.
Now, last month we held it here at San Juan College at the Zia Conference Center. That was in April, and it was the largest one we've ever had. It was absolutely the most well attended. We ran out of coffee. There must have been, I don't know, there must have been 80 to 100 people there. It was great. I was happy to run out of coffee.
Right.
And it was fun too, because they filmed the mayor's table there towards the end of the coffee, and so that was really fun to do. But that's the third one that we've had at San Juan College. So this is just such a great space to have events. So one of them was for you, right? When you
last summer.
When you opened it up, the
Yeah,
studio.
last July when we opened up our visual radio studio where
The
we're sitting.
visual radio studio.
We're sitting right now, everybody. So and that was not too bad attended either. I think
No,
that was
it was
one of your
great.
bigger
It was
ones too.
great. So I love having them at the college. But it's fun to move them around. It always brings a lot of variety and gets people in spaces they've never been to before. So
That's right.
that's kind of the point of that. So
That's true.
That's tomorrow.
That is coming up.
Yeah.
So show up, everybody.
Yep.
If you're not going to be here on my show, you can show up and check it out and enjoy the Focus on Farmington Coffee. And then there's a couple other events that are coming up too that I want to ask you about involving your Farmington Young Professionals group.
Yes.
And they've been very active.
They have, and we just had our speed networking event on May 2nd, and
That's
it was
right.
huge. We had almost 60 people
Wow.
at that event, and speed networking is very similar to like speed dating. You get about 2 minutes to talk to each other, and then you shift places. And we had it at San Juan College in the Zia Conference Center, which was really fun. So because we wanted to partner with San Juan College on this. It's something we haven't done before. But we have the School of Business and the different departments and schools here at the college that have this young professional. That's where they all are. They're all here. So we really wanted to partner with San Juan College on it, and it was great. Hugely attended. And then we had a social time following across the street at Traeger's Lounge, which is one of our new chamber members. And so about half the people that were at the speed networking came over just to kind of continue the conversation and social hour, and was a great event. And so we really want to take that momentum and build on it. I'm not a young professional. I'm now referring to myself as the mother of the young professionals because my oldest son, actually all three of my sons, are really in this age group. And I'm not a young professional anymore, but I think I have something to kind of bring to the young professional group with networking and connecting and what I've learned over the years. So we came up with this idea of a speakers series called Socials and Speakers, and it's roughly going to be somewhere between 5 and 6 months in duration. Every month will be a different speaker. And again, we're going to move locations around whenever possible because I want to highlight, for example, T. Greg Marion has agreed he will be one of our speakers at some point. What a better place than to have his at Marion Oil and Gas. That's a beautiful building, and it represents what he's built in this community and what a philanthropist the Marion Foundation is. And so we're going to be moving them around to different places. Joe Lloyd from Durango, Joe's Coffee, he and I met, and he's going to be one of our speakers at some point. So, of course, we would have it at Durango Joe's. So, we want to try to move it around. Our first one, and you have it up on the screen, is Brent Garcia with the film Four Corners. He's a creative entrepreneur, really doing some amazing things with the film festival. So he's our first speaker. I thought he would be a perfect first choice. And North Allen, which you might be familiar with. I don't know.
I think just a little. North Allen Co-working and Venue at 206 North Allen.
206 North Allen, thank you.
So my old house.
Your old house.
Yeah,
so anyway, So that's where our first one is going to be, and it's going to be May 21st, which is a Tuesday at 5:30. That's the typical night our young professional group meets, and so we thought, let's move it out of the chamber and let's get these speakers in. And the whole point of it is that these people who have built their career or are entrepreneurs or small business owners to really share what they learned
Sure.
about why they started their business, the risks they took, the mistakes they made, the things they learned, mentors they had, and how they were able to take that. And sometimes it's a failure. You know, you learn from your failures
Sure,
too.
sure.
And you pick yourself up and you brush yourself off and you go back in the next day and you make it better.
Right.
So I think it's going to be great. And they're not going to be hour long or anything like that. It's about 20 minutes of social time, networking, have a drink, and then listen to the speaker, and then time afterwards to talk with the speaker or just do some more networking and socializing. So I'm really
Nice.
looking forward to it. I think it's going to be cool.
Very good. And so the first one is next week, and then we see
Yes.
another date there of June 18th is another one.
Well, because they're always going to be that whatever that
Tuesday.
is, third Tuesday, or maybe, yeah, I think it's
Right.
third Tuesday. So I wanted people to know that these are going on, and then I will announce who the speaker's going
Sure.
to be, where it's going to be, but I wanted people to kind of block that off.
Right.
We wanted to create some options for the young professional community, and this isn't just chamber members. This is open to anybody,
Right.
and you just want to hear about this or learn something from this. You could be in a second career and
Right.
really learn something from these speakers too.
So if you don't consider yourself a young
Yes.
professional, you could still
come.
show up,
Sure,
right?
absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, it's hosted by our Farmington Young Professionals, but again, it's almost like our speed networking event. Anybody's invited.
Right.
I certainly
You don't check IDs at the door
No.
until you get to the bar.
Right.
Afterwards.
Then I check the
Then they check the IDs.
But I mean, these speakers are giving of their time, and these are busy people.
No kidding.
And I want these to be well attended with people who are really interested in what they have to offer and what they want to share. So it's open to anybody, but it's hosted by our young professionals. So
Quick programming note,
Yes.
radio listeners and viewers, Brent Garcia will be here tomorrow
ooh,
as my guest, talking about Film Four Corners and all the things that has happened with that organization and his plans and the film festival that's coming up in September.
pretty
So
exciting stuff.
there is a lot to talk about,
Yes.
and what happened at the legislative session this past year with him. So, anyways,
Exciting.
stay tuned for that, everybody. So, anyway, that is coming up, and you've got him as part of your speaker series.
Yes,
so
my first one.
That'll be awesome. And then
launching the ship,
nice,
so to speak.
very
Yeah.
good. And I can't say enough about the work that they've done at 206 North Allen. It's such a
Yeah.
transformation from when I lived there, and the grounds and the building and
Right.
everything else. And it's such a historic site in downtown Farmington. And
Right.
it's nice to see it preserved and,
Well, it's
and
nice
used.
to see things going on downtown.
Sure,
With that
exactly.
whole revitalization and the whole redo and everything with downtown, it's so great to see people investing in downtown.
True.
I love that.
I
So.
know, that's true. We all love downtown, so
Yes.
it's great. Next, you've got a coffee event. Go figure,
Go figure.
right? But
Well-
that's an important thing too.
It is an important thing. So with the focus on Farmington coffees, I noticed as time went on, we've got a lot of young professionals that come to those. So obviously it was tapping into something. And as I go around and meet people, there are a lot of people in that age group, sort of between 20 and 40. They're building their career. They might have young families, and they're trying to, connect with other people that are in that same stage of life. They're interested in serving on board of directors. They're trying to find mentors. They're in that stage of building their career. And so I kind of thought, maybe I could do an offshoot of the focus on Farmington coffee for young professionals. So Durango Joe's with the waterfall.
That's
just
the
in case-
one.
That's the East Main.
Right.
The East Main Durango Joe's. So I met with Joe Lloyd and shared what I wanted to do, and he loved the idea. So this is going to be another monthly free coffee.
Nice.
And it's going to be a little earlier, 7:30 to 8:30 a.m., so people can go and still have time to get to work if they have to be worked by 9.
Mm-hmm.
And it's always going to be at the same place, and it's always going to be the same time of the month. So
Okay.
it's always going to be on the fourth Thursday. It's really hard to remember all these like thirds, seconds, thirds.
But
So
that's
it's-
why you have it on Facebook.
Yes.
So you
So
don't
I
have
don't
to
have to
remember.
remember this,
You could
but-
just look at it and
That's
and-
why
and
I
connect.
programmed it.
That's right.
So the first one is coming up next week, May
The 23rd,
23rd, at
that's right,
the
7:30.
New Durango Joe's, which I'll probably call the New Durango Joe's until another one is built.
Right.
But the new
The
Durango
east side
Joe's,
Durango
the east
Joe's,
side,
you
on the
could call
east
it that,
side.
right.
And upstairs, so it can go outside on the patio, or if the
Nice.
weather's cold, we can be inside. And they're going to have free coffee upstairs. If you want something fancier like a latte or my favorite drink, a breve, you'll have to go downstairs and get that yourself. But
Soon to be called the Jamie Church.
yeah, the breve. I
At
love
Durango
how I go
Joe's.
through the drive-through now, and they don't even need to ask me. They just go, "Oh, will you have your breve today, Jamie?" I'm like, I love that.
See?
It's like being Norm back at Cheers.
That's
you
right.
walk in, everybody knows your name. So so that's happening again for really young professionals. This really is more about networking.
Mm-hmm.
This really is, connecting, meeting people, exchanging business cards, and doing that young professional. Again, not just a chamber event. We have a lot of young professionals in this community, and they've been looking for a place to connect and a way to connect. So this will hopefully help and start that.
Excellent.
And then relationships will build from there.
Right. And again, I think a lot of young professionals maybe don't have yet to understand the importance of networking maybe
Yes.
in their careers.
Right.
I mean, they're just, getting out of college or getting out of school and getting into the job
Right.
market and
Right.
maybe starting a family, and they're just go, 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 go.
Right.
And they don't have time to maybe develop those networking connections, and these events really help you do
And
that.
that is important because you never know. I'm finding now, even in my place where I am with the chamber, I'm still calling back on those relationships and friends and people I started with years and years ago, even when I worked here at San Juan College, to sort of say, hey, I remember when we worked on this together. Hey, do you remember when we did that and that person was involved? And so being able to call back on those relationships that you built, and mentors. I mean, I think mentors are extremely important, whether you have a mentor you meet with regularly or you want to mentor someone or you're looking for that. I think that relationship is really important. So I'm hoping that that's some of those things that can come from these coffees, and just, again, building community. And then if people want to, they build up a network there and they say, hey, let's all go to dinner, or let's go, rafting, or let's go walk along the Riverwalk. That's
Sure.
even better.
That's
it
true.
just continues that. So
Very true. We're getting lots of comments on our Facebook
good.
page this morning, Jamie
Good.
Church. Lots of good mornings, lots of good comments about speed networking and other things. So
Great.
thank you, Facebook watchers, for chiming in and sharing your thoughts with us this morning on our Facebook page. And there's another event that's coming up that will benefit the Farmington Chamber,
yes,
right?
we do this event every year. We've changed the name a few times, but it always has the word music in it.
Right.
So
Depends on where
music-
you are. I think.
Exactly, because
You're
we've
either
been
by
in-
the rocks, you're either
right, or at the runway, or
Yeah.
at the wherever. So this year, why mess with a great location and a great venue? So Music by the Pond back at the Country Club, June 14th. And anybody can go to this. It's
Right.
hosted by the Farmington Chamber, but it's open to anybody, members, non-members. It's just a fun event. $30 a ticket. That includes your food. It's kind of a cookout, sort of casual, country club casual wear. So, whatever
Okay.
that means.
Right.
Sundresses, shorts. And we're going to have a putting contest and volleyball and frisbee, cornhole. We're going to have a little cornhole tournament going on. Live music. So there's a newer band in town called Family Affair Band.
Okay.
And it's the Woodards.
Oh, yeah.
Ryan
Sure,
and Bill
very
and Joy.
musical family.
Very
Holy
musical.
smokes. Yeah,
so they
right.
have created a new band, and I'm really excited. They're going to be playing and dancing. It's going to be... look at that photo. That's beautiful.
It's a
put the
beautiful photo,
back.
right? Sorry.
But look at that. That's gorgeous.
That's right. That's the
That
actual
is-
pond. That is the pond
the
that you will
pond.
be by.
Yes. So, and we have some fun raffle things that are going to be given away. We have some great sponsors on this. Zymes is a big sponsor. Northern Edge Navajo Casino is a big sponsor on this. Home 2 Suites. We've got a great music sponsor, somebody that came forward to sponsor the music. So, Waterstone Mortgage. That's why I'm mentioning the sponsors, is they're all chamber members. I
Well,
have to
see.
say.
Right.
But we can't do things without sponsors. And
Right.
this is going to be a really great event. So call the chamber for tickets. Like I said, it's only $30 a ticket, and that includes your food and all the activities and the music. There will be a cash bar, so there will be that there as well. And the Country Club is just a beautiful space, and so it's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
It always is. It's a great event.
Very
So.
true. June 14th.
June 14th, Friday,
It's
from
coming up.
6 to 9.
Okay.
So this is more of an adult event. So just
Right.
want to say 21 and older, please, just because we are going to have a cash bar there, and we will be by the pond. So,
Sure.
we don't want to have anybody falling in the pond.
No.
So, yeah.
That's right.
But it's a great event.
That's true. And this will be a little bit of a fundraiser, too, for the chamber,
Yes,
is it not?
It is, because we are member-driven, and that's where the majority of our funds come from. But we do have a few events every year that are fundraisers for the chamber. That's important, too. It's something we do. The other one is our Chili in October event.
Right.
That happens in October.
Right.
So I'm not going to talk about that yet, because
Not yet, but get ready. It's
I'm already starting on the planning of that, but I don't want to talk about it yet.
Right.
So Music by the Pond, very fun, and just everybody comes and has such a great time. And so I would encourage you. Call the chamber if you want tickets.
Right, right. And put it on your calendar for June 14th.
Yes, yeah,
So
Friday night.
The
Beautiful.
Music on the Pond event. So it's coming up, everybody, so that's great. And then there's another new program that you've started at the Farmington Chamber, which is all about referrals. And again, as we talk about networking, this is I think the next logical step.
It is.
Once you've made a connection with somebody, is then to maybe see if they could be good for your business, or vice versa.
This is something many chambers have started, and I really do need to thank both the Vail Valley Chamber of Commerce and the Durango Chamber of Commerce for sharing the information, so I didn't have to start from scratch.
Okay,
And we were,
right.
They were very generous in sharing what they were doing. So this is for those business people that want to take this to the next step, because this is a fee in addition to your chamber membership. So it is $250 for the year to be in one of these leads groups, or you have the option to upgrade to our executive level membership, which includes some other benefits as well.
I see.
So this is for those people who are really like, okay, I know I need to get into some kind of a very serious, not serious as like not having fun, but where the purpose of it is more than socializing.
Sure.
It's more exchanging leads and referrals. So there is one industry represented per group. So what I mean by that is if I get an electrician who gets back to me first with their application, they're the only electrician in that group. If I get a realtor that does commercial and they get back to me first, they're the only commercial real estate in that group. Now I might get a residential,
right,
and then
you can have them both,
right?
Okay.
So I really look at it's first come, first serve. You have to be a chamber member to participate in this group. This is only for chamber members.
Okay.
It meets once a month, and we have two different options. We have a morning group, which is a 7:30 to 8:30 once a month. That's called Group A.
I see
and
that,
then we
yeah.
have a brown bag lunch group, which actually meets this Thursday for the first time, which is Group B, because we wanted to give people options. We know that early morning time doesn't work for everybody. We have
Right.
some people that have kids. They have to get them to school. And so the brown bag lunch worked better for them. But this is for really exchanging business cards, and you get some time to go around and introduce yourself, talk about your business, what your business has going on that week or that month that you can offer. But then making sure that you are also giving leads to other people in the group. So now we have an electrician in the morning group. So
Right.
now everybody knows what he does and they have his business card. So if somebody else says to them, hey, I really need an electrician for my office or my home, they're like, you know what? There's somebody in my leads group. I'd like to refer them. And then thanking people for those too. So if the electrician does get the job and he goes and he does it and he gets a great job, go back to that person who referred you and say thank you for that referral. It's very powerful. And so that's what the purpose of this is. And if you want to think about it, like if you get 20 people in the group, you can only market your business so much. You can advertise, you can talk to people, but if you're in a group with 20 other people who are all helping you market your business, that's exponentially
True.
very powerful for you. And these are people that you've built a relationship with over time, and they're going to be referring you. So that makes it even more important to me that you want to make sure when you go to follow up on that lead or that referral that you're going to get that positive feedback, or they're going to get positive feedback. So I don't know. I just think it's a really great thing. Now, as the chamber, I have to say, disclosure, the chamber and myself, we refer everybody who's a chamber member. So I'm not participating in this group and referring
I see.
one
Right.
member. All I'm doing is facilitating and providing space and making the coffee. Basically, that's it.
Right.
Then I sort of facilitate and step out, and they do the leads and referrals. I always refer all chamber members and represent all chamber members. But this does give a place for those of our chamber members who kind of want to take it to the next level.
Right.
Basically. So.
Sure. That makes sense.
Yep.
And so they can just call you to sign up?
Yes,
or,
well, they can call me or they can email me. We have an application and we have
Okay.
some guidelines. And as I said, it's first come, first serve. So the first person I get back per industry. Now, if we fill these two groups and I see there's a need for a third, we would start a group see.
Okay.
But at this point, I'm just trying to get these filled and kind of balanced out, and
Sure.
then we'll look at that down
So
the road.
theoretically, there could be room for 2 electricians, one in Group A and one in Group B.
Yes. So an electrician is just the
just-
one that
I'm
came into
going off of
my
your-
mind because
your
I know, but
example, but yeah.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Okay.
So if you're in Group A, group, but if there's not an electrician or a plumber or an accountant or whatever in
Radio
Group
station.
B, radio station, you can say, I'd like to get into that. Here's my application.
Okay.
And again, and you can bring a guest. But if the guest chooses that they want to participate in the group, they must become a chamber member. I mean, this really is
Sure.
for chamber members. And it's some businesses really, they see that value. It's not a good fit for all businesses. Not all businesses need this. Some businesses, they're at the capacity of what they can handle as
Right.
far as business, and they want to continue to provide good service. And so if they got too much bigger, it might infringe on that, so that might not be a good fit. So I'm certainly not just going to say everybody should join this. I really think it works for some people and maybe not for others.
Sure.
So,
Well, the number's on the screen and the email address is on the
Yes.
screen. So if you want more information about anything we've been talking about, actually, you can call the Chamber. 325-0279 is the Farmington Chamber, or you can email Jamie at gofarmington.com.
yes, that's right.
That's how you do that. So
That's how you do it.
That's perfect. And so we just have a couple minutes remaining, Jamie Church, but you have a brand new logo and all these events that are coming up, and
Yes.
and the Redcoats I think have been kind of busy.
The
have they
Redcoats
not?
have been very busy. We have had days where we've had 2 ribbon cuttings in a day. We just had a fun one last Saturday with Stan, the T-Rex, at
the
Farmington
museum. Yes.
And you were talking about the things going on at the museum, the flamenco exhibit.
Right.
That is great because we had a little time before Stan. So my husband and I walked around and we looked at the Petroliana, which was
Right.
really almost one person's collection that they donated, and
True.
very, very cool. And then the flamenco, and then of course the T-Rex. So yeah, bring your family down to the museum. What a great thing we have here. What a treasure. And so that was fun. We did the ribbon cutting for that, and we have one coming up.
I'm
that's-
imagining the T-Rex just kind of chomp
I know.
the ribbon and
the
cut
shadow.
the ribbon with
Oh, I wish.
Yeah.
That would have been cool. I
But-
wanted to ride the T-Rex in my red coat, but they wouldn't let me.
They probably frown on that.
Yeah, he wouldn't let me. So
Yeah.
anyway, I thought that'd be cute, but it didn't happen.
Bart Wilsey's a killjoy.
Yeah, he is.
See
So
how
we
he
have a
is.
lot of other fun ribbon cuttings coming up. Escapology is happening at the end of the month. Doing something with St. Clair on Friday. They're doing a little bit of a rebranding at St. Clair Winery and Bistro.
Okay.
But again, all of this is in our newsletters, and we put that out to our chamber members. We have 2 emails that come out a week, and then of course I try to share things on Facebook once in a while. And lots going on though. So Redcoats have been super busy, and what a great group they are. Always showing up in their red coats. And,
Right.
with
It's
a smile on their face.
You know something important is going to happen if the Redcoats are there.
That's
so
right,
That's always
exactly.
fun for me to be able to see them around town.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
So that's wonderful. Well, it's a great time of year, and again, there's lots of stuff going on, which is nice to see. Lots of new businesses, lots of other businesses that are maybe rebranding a little bit, as you mentioned, and having those ribbon cuttings. So that's
Yes.
exciting to see as well. And
We're
lots
bringing
of new
in
programs.
lots of new members. Our membership is growing every day. It's exciting. It's a really exciting time, and I know it's a challenging time. So for me, it's fun to see these businesses are really stepping forward and saying, we know we need to invest something, and we want to get with the chamber. My vision is to see the chamber be the hub of everything. To connect everybody to everything going on, whether
Sure.
it's connecting you to the CVB and what's going on with the brand, the Jolt Your Journey, or whether it's connecting you to what's happening with economic development or the city of Farmington and just all the events going on. And so that's kind of what I hope to do, make it the place where you go to find out, other than KSJE, of course.
Of
You
course.
come here to find out what's going on, too.
We hope you do.
So, of course,
Yeah.
we connect with you guys. But, there is a lot going on, and a lot of it's positive.
That's true.
So
And we like talking about that.
I know.
the
So come to
positive
the
stuff.
coffee tomorrow, and you'll leave
hear
feeling
more?
very positive.
That's very true. So wonderful.
Thanks.
Jamie, thanks so much.
Thank you.
Jamie Church from the Farmington Chamber, my guest here on KSJE. Everyone, back with more in just a moment. The time is 8:43. This program is supported by San Juan Health Partners Urology, providing a wide range of personalized services for the whole family, including children. Our caring professionals are dedicated to helping meet your urology health needs with skill, experience, and service you need. For a complete listing of our services and to learn more, visit sanjuanhealthpartners.com or call 505-609-6300. San Juan Health Partners Urology, a division of San Juan Regional Medical Center.
The first step